Okay, this is gonna be the final video that I'm gonna do on my Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans Vidar. And if you have followed some of the videos that I have uploaded on YouTube, you probably have seen some of the modifications that I have done to the video, and I decided I'm gonna just set it up all in one video and upload it so you can see like the different things that I have done. So I'm gonna start by saying that the model is really good, that out of the box you can actually assemble it. It's fun to assemble, it doesn't take a lot of work, and the result is pretty good. And I decided with this model to, you know, try some different techniques and things that you can do with it, and this is my final result. I'll probably, like, you know, once in a while I'll probably come back and do some, like, I need to do some gluing and some detailing, but basically it's done what I wanted to do. So I'm going to show you there's a couple of weak points on the model that I have probably mentioned in another videos or you have seen online. One is the you know, the backpack, this thruster things, they keep falling off, right? So this is, I'm gonna just take them off so I can do the showing the video without that falling. That is one of the weak points. The other one, it's you expect the blades of the sword to actually work, so you can pull those off the side skirt, and they don't. They actually come on a one single runner that it's not in the, you know, in the instructions doesn't say that you should clip it or something. And the issue is once you clip it and put it inside, then they're not hold inside, so they constantly fall, right? And the third one is the front skirt that comes with the guns as a single piece, and then the guns comes apart, so you can, if you're posing the model with the guns instead of the sword or the, you know, beam rifle, then you have two sets of guns, one in the hand and one in the side skirt. And it's kind of like a weird thing, but it's not a big deal. If you want to keep it like that, it's okay. I'm just going to show you what I did with it. So I'm going to start first with the painting. That was my first part of a process. Let's take them off here. So the painting for this one, I use the same technique that I've been showing online, and this technique is based on just applying regular Crayola markers. They're cheap and easy to find, $6 or less on different things. And then with this one, colors are not, I wouldn't recommend using colors if you don't have to, because they're not, the color is not completely even. But once you apply the lacquer, it becomes a little bit better. So with this one, I use the blue color that comes with the markers, and it's actually something interesting because the color it's close to the color that was before. So I just apply it, you know, clean up well the piece with the grease and stuff, apply the color, and then let it dry. Don't apply multiple coats of it, because every time you apply a new one, it will move the previous one. So that's not a good thing to do. So with this one, I applied black on the inner frame and on some of the pieces, and then I made a couple of accents with you know, regular Sharpie metallic colors right now, and some pieces in here. I used the red color for the thrusters inside because they come black, so I just covered that in a little bit of red, so it looks reddish, doesn't look like bright red, but it's okay for me. And what else did I paint? You know, basically that was it. The eyes, I used I don't know if you can see, let me see if I can focus here, but the eyes I basically use there you go, let's see here, I use the red Crayola marker, the metallic one, and it's a good effect. They're not bright, but they're like nice, interesting color. I can maybe pull this off and then I can show you the eyes. So a second. So if you can see here, the eyes are not super bright, but DR metallic red. It's kind of like a cool effect. Okay, let's put this on back on. So the other thing that I decided to do with this, you know, I made some weathering in the gun with the same Crayola markers. You can see my technique in a couple of videos. So I just applied and then dry brush it like if it was paint, and it covers a lot of the surface. Then after that I applied lacquer, and then sometimes I do a second coat of a marker to create more of a texture on it, right? So I'm gonna take the gun off. One of the issues with the blade is that the blade keeps falling, right? So this is one thing that I don't quite like, but it's, you know, it's okay, and you're not always posing it in a way that it falls. So let me show you the two modifications that I did with this, and I'll probably mix this video with some scenes that I have taped. There's a couple more like details on colors and metallic finishes on the frame, and then I have this that I have to, you know, finish by gluing, but at this point they're not falling. The swords, they're actually like holding there. They still work. You can see one of my videos, I just kept it unglued so I can show you. Let me just hold this here for a second, and you can see how the sword is still working, so you can actually pull them off. Oh, sorry. Right, and they still work, but they stay inside. I did the modification by adding a little knob of Sugru that is a silicone, self-curating silicone, and I put it inside, so it creates kind of like a polycap inside the side skirt, and, you know, helps the guns to stay in place, the swords, I'm sorry, the blades. The other thing that I did is I decided that I didn't like the blades with the gun in there, so I made a little modification. The first one is I split the two front skirts separately, so they move differently, separately. That I like that, because if you're moving one of the feet, it just moved that one. And then the second one is I made this. So I basically cut the handle of the gun. Let me just focus here. But I cut the handle of the guns of the side skirts. So I probably have that little piece around. That was basically just the handle of a gun. Cut it, file it a little bit, and then after that I did something is that I covered that with Sugru, but then I painted, and I made a couple of like little, you know, panel markings in there, but it stays there. And what I did is that these are the guns, you know, that you get with the model. I did a couple of a little bit of weathering on the guns and painting on the guns, but the thing that I did with this is that I basically stick a piece of metal on the gun. It doesn't look bad. I mean, I actually found one that fits in the whole space of the gun, like it fits with the gun, so it doesn't look bad. I painted on top, stays there. And the good thing is that on this part, the reason why I use Sugru is because I put a magnet inside. And the reason for it is that I try using like glue and stuff with the magnet. It might be okay if you do it like that, but the first thing is that when you turn it around, then you see the magnet there, and it's kind of like annoying. But the second part is that every time that you stick the gun in there with the magnet, every time it snaps, the vibration of the snap starts breaking the magnet. So I use different glues, and then every time that I use it, the magnet keeps falling off, right? Because probably the snap and the magnetics, you know, the way they stick is too strong. So at the end, it's just like the gun keeps pulling the magnet off. So I decided, like with this, it's still sticking, right? But it's not snapping. So that reduces the stress that you're getting into the thing. And then when you put it, oh wait, when you put it on your side skirt, you can actually holster the gun in here. Let me just pull it there. Well, sorry. You can holster the gun in here, and once a stick just stays there, right? And that's a good thing because you can use it for, the only thing is that, you know, I just keep this little part of a gun so it just sticks out a little bit, but I don't mind actually. It actually doesn't even look, I mean, with all the gray and black colors, you don't even see it. And then the gun stays there, right? I have the other one in here, as you can see, and then you can pull it off if you want and use the gun in the hand. So when you're posing your figure with the gun in the hands, you get the gun out of a holster. So I think it looks better, and I'm pretty, you know, happy with the result. You actually get the holster in there, you get the guns in there, the handle doesn't stay there when you're using your guns for the posing, and then you don't have to, like, that's the other thing, when you have the guns you have to keep it in like a separate container or something so you don't lose them, and for me that's kind of like annoying. So the good thing is that now the guns are sticking there or stuck in there, and I don't have to like worry about like where are the guns, right? I think that those modifications were pretty cool, and it improves the overall quality of the model, and it gives you a better posability, and the color, actually the metallic, I'm pretty happy with the result. Even though it's not completely even, you still see some like little lines differ, like when you're using just black and you know, black, gold, silver, copper, they actually work really well. But the colors with the metallic in the Crayola ones, they're not perfect. But if you handle it well, I think that the result is pretty good. I mean, you have to be like really close to actually see some of the lines. I don't know if you can see them, but it's really cool, and the result is really good, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna start doing my video review process and the whole thing of my camphor, my master grade camphor, and I'm gonna show you in the next video. But with this one, I think I'm done. I'm pretty happy with it. You can actually keep the guns in the hands, and then you can put the sword in one of the sides and stays there. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I'm pretty happy with the result, and I'll keep posting some of my results with the next master grade and high grade that I'm going to be working on. Thank you for watching. If you like my channel, just please subscribe. I'm going to keep posting. I try to do it, a lot of things to do, but I try to keep posting some videos on the things that I'm doing, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.